Good evening. My name is Patricia Allen. I am the founder of No More Violence Organization and No More Violence Youth Convention of Dallas, Texas. We've been serving the community for the last 8 years. We are a 501c3, and what our organization does is we are support to families who lost children to violence. We've been serving the community gratefully for the last 8 years. We are somewhat the first responder when a parent has been notified that they has lost their child from violence. Because of the uniqueness of our organization, we normally get referrals from people that know us and know what we do. We are very passionate and very dedicated and faithful to what we do. What we have is this young man right here. His name is Deontay Johnson. This young man lost his life in 2011. He was outside playing in front of his parking lot at his apartment. Some guys that did not live in the apartment complex were outside fighting and didn't see Deontay Johnson and ran him over. Unfortunately, Deontay died from his injuries, and so from there, we have kept his memory alive through so many events that we have allowed the mother to be a platform to share. So the mother and I have started, April Richardson have started this organization in memory of her son. At that time in 2011, we continue to support families who lost children to violence. And not only that, and let me kind of break that down to you what I mean support. When we get the calls that someone has lost their child or someone refer a family to us, we'll go and see if they're in a hospital. We would go to the hospital, be assistance to them. We would go to the funeral home if they need assistance, because at that time a lot of families are very vulnerable, and we want to make sure they're not taken advantage of. We will help with the paperwork. I work along with one of the police stations with victims compensation, making sure all the paperwork is filled out. We will also create flyers to let the community know about this loved one on how they can support through balloon release, candlelight visuals. I work with the media, news stations. We will bring the community together to bring awareness and bring the community closer to support the family. Not only that, after even the funeral is over and that 1 year anniversary come, that birthday come, we do the same thing. We are support to them all the way. I mean, continue to be in these families' lives. And one of the things that we find out is a lot of families do not have the support as they need in their family. We provide programs for our young people to bring alternative programs for them to you just kind of redirect them from not committing violence. And the reason why I'm coming to you, FedEx, I feel that we are best candidate to deserve this funding that will help us with a program called No More Violence Youth Convention. We started No More Violence Youth Convention 5 years ago. We bring the community, the leaders, the law enforcement, the victims' families, the surviving children. We bring all the community together. We travel in 50 states every 2 years to a different city. We're going into our 5th year, and it's a 2-day convention. And everything we do for No More Violence organization, we actually don't never charge for nothing that we do. We feel that the safety of young people's lives are more important when it comes to funding. And of course, yes, it takes funding to do things. And for the last 8 years, we've been coming out of our pocket to do a lot. And with this funding, I want to let you know how that funding is going to help us for the traveling that we're doing and bringing these families together and bringing them along with us, because it takes these families to share what has happened to their child to save somebody else's life. Um, what I have here is called our flyer. It's called Choices. Is our theme this year, and it's July the 19th and the 20th. We will be in Killeen, Texas for 2 days, and it says choices. What is your next step? We want to really emphasize this year our young people on the choices they make and redirect them to better choices to be a positive role model in the community. We have 9 classes. The 9 classes for the second day of our convention is we bring these families together from the community. And how we do that, a lot of the families that we have in no more violence are parents that has lost their children. Not only we deal with one violence, we deal with multiple of violence because of the different type of families that we have. We have classes starting at the age of 3 to 5 years old called Peacemakers. One best way to start our young people at an early age is learning how to be peacemakers. That age is 3 to 5. We have another class called bullying prevention. That's ages 6 to 7. Then we have the suicide prevention class, ages 8 and 9. And then we have the gun violence prevention class. That's ages 10 and 11. Then we have the human trafficking that we focus on. And then that's 12 and 13. And then we have the gang prevention, ages 14, 15. Then we have the law enforcement. And let me share with something about the law enforcement class. I'm glad to know that the instructor that we have that I've been knowing for a long time, he works for the federal government, and it's a program, it's an agency called NOBLE, National Black Police Officers Association. They're out of Washington, D.C. This young man named Edwin that teaches our teaches this class, he is very equipped to teach. He is very knowledgeable. We are known through Washington, D.C. because of the curriculum he used through the Department of Criminal Justice. And he is hands-on. He teaches our young people how to comply with police officers, how to understand their roles when they're with their friends, and they're hanging out, and what to respond to police officers. And that's our teen class. It's a very beginning to be a bigger, larger class each year that we have this class. And then we have the hazing prevention class, and that's for young adults and college students. And then we have the adult class, which is the family domestic violence class. Now, while all these classes are going on together for about an hour and a half, what we do is we ask the adults to please to go to the adult class while the children are in their classes, because we want to educate the adults as well as the young people. All of this is free. Again, like I said, the convention is free. We also work hard to try to get free school supplies and free backpacks. Myself as an educator, I try to make sure that another way to bring parents in is sometimes we may have to give some things for free. And so we ask them when they register to make sure that they register, sign up their child for a class as well as themselves, and we would give free school supplies and free backpacks. We also provide free lunch. And then after that, what we do, we work with the law enforcement, police department on having a basketball game, something fun for the young kids in the community. And that's for any of the attendees that sign up and register that want to play basketball with the police officers. That's a better way of building a relationship other than what they're exposed to the world of police officers. Every police officer is not bad, so we want to educate our young people and have a better relationship with law enforcement. That's another way that we do. And then, of course, on Friday night and Saturday night, we have a program for the young people where they're able to listen to surviving children, surviving families, city leaders, speakers, and just educate them and have a good time in that event that night. Then we also have a community forum, a youth forum, where young people are talking to city leaders, mayors, city councils, attorneys, and they're talking about how violence has impacted their family and how violence had impacted them as well. So we're excited to have them. And then, of course, we have an opportunity where they can get out and go have fun and swimming and just kind of to meet and greet and get to know from different people from all different cities that comes together. Now, with all that being said, the only way we can do this, I'm working so hard to get these families, because I'm working with families that are single parents, parents that at low poverty, can't afford transportation. I have to be able to rent a charter bus to transport families from the city where I live at and try to get them to this convention. Also, we work with one of the hotels that we ask for please low cost for these families that cannot afford. We need to be able to take care of the offset costs for the hotel expense. We've been grateful that the community center is sponsoring the community center for us because they know we don't have any funding. Of course, printing, as you see the banner, that's our banner that we've been using for the last 2 or 3 years. It costs money to print banners so that people know what the convention about. Of course, you see this paper right here is in black and white because we can't afford color, but that's just the miscellaneous things. But my most important is transporting them families and surviving children, and also giving them a shirt like this. And we would love to have FedEx name right here on the back of this shirt, just to let people know, hey, this is one of our great supporters. Even though if we did get the grant, we can let them know who supported us and who helped us. So again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this need and request for No More Violence organization. We are still working and preparing everything for the convention, and we need your support. And I pray that we will be one of the candidates for the grant, or maybe not all of the grant, but some that will help us to get what we need, and it will be less stress on us as well. So thank you, FedEx. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share who No More Violence organization is. Thank you, and have a great day.